Discord. I want Twitter.
Whoops.
No,
All right.
I don't want that account. I want this account. There we go. There it is. We've got this.
Woo!
Is Nightbot in here? Yes, Nightbot's in here.
Nightbot.
Hi, Nightbot. Thanks for being here with us. You know what happens a lot of times is like Nightbot just decides it wants to just log out, and then it's like, oh, Nightbot, you stink. Like, where did you go? We need you to be here as part of this. Please do not ban us. What's on your shirt?
It is, well, it's a it's one of the loot crates from last year. It was the alien one for X-Files.
Ooh, okay.
So
okay.
I liked it. I haven't worn it in a while, and it was sitting in my it was just there kind of folded up in the closet when I was getting out of my work uniform, and I was like, hey, I haven't worn that one in a while, so I'll go ahead and do that.
I'm wearing my
it's kind of
Twitch
soft
hoodie. So this thing is the most comfortable hoodie in the entire planet because it's soft and then it's super fuzzy on the inside. So I have to make sure that I don't live in it and I wash it and I wear other things besides it because it's so comfortable.
It's so fluffy.
Yeah, there was I don't remember when it was, but there was the 50% off Twitch Amazon Prime sale that went on. I think it was during Prime Day in July, and I wound up buying this, and I was like, it was the middle of July, so I was not being near any sweatshirts because it was too hot, and then it got cooler, and I was like, I love this so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want this forever. I want to wear it forever.
Oh, so cool. I just don't do hoodies. At least I haven't found one that I liked enough to do it because I always get too hot, and so I can never like hold on to them for very long. But I need to do something real quick, so I'm gonna mute it, and I will be right back.
Okay, I will chat with the chat room. Hi, Wicked Kitten. Hi, Solomio. How you guys doing? And it just says Marconi in the middle of the screen. That's awesome. What's going on, you guys? You got a Twitch t-shirt from the same set. Yes, the t-shirt. I have the black one with the purple Twitch logo across the front. And I love that shirt. It's super comfortable. It fits really well. It's like, yeah, I'm down with the Twitch gear. They did a nice job with the Twitch gear. I should have gotten one of the V-necks because I like V-neck t-shirts too. But maybe I'll pick one up before BlizzCon. We'll see. We shall see. Look at that cute little kitty. Hello. I said the V-neck, the Twitch V-neck shirts. They have little V-neck t-shirts.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Those are nice too. So I was thinking about maybe getting one of those. The men's V-neck, yeah, those are nice. So, yeah, Twitch did well with their gear. Whatever vendor they used, man. 2 thumbs up for me. Right there. 2 thumbs. Y'all good?
Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I'm good. I was just double checking.
Is everything okay in the hood?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Man, I don't live in the hood, but one time I thought I heard what was it? Gunshots going off not too long ago.
Yikes.
But thankfully it was just a very, very isolated incident.
Yikes.
Let's see here. Getting my windows all together.
I know. That's the joy. Like last night I was telling Marcone, I'm like, I have way too many windows open. It's time to close some down. It's like I'll close down a bunch of windows. I will do this. Need more cat sightings? Yeah, my little booger's sleeping in his bed. Thank goodness. He should stay there until the show's over, and then he'll wake up and want cuddles. He's good. He knows that when the microphone comes over, it's mom's working. So I tend to find, like, even when I'm recording for like non-broadcast stuff, he will just kind of go to his bed and stay there. And so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited. The baseball game is killing you. I have not followed baseball in a long time.
Who's playing? I know Thursday night football is the thing. I saw a commercial for it the other day.
Oh, yeah. And that they're putting Thursday night football on Twitch now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
I know. So now you can watch Thursday night football, which is like on Twitch, which is just kind of nutty.
That is nutty. Don't watch football on Thursday nights. Watch Triple T on Thursday nights instead.
Yeah.
Or you can watch it afterwards.
You can multitask. You can have them both open, have one muted,
Yeah, that's what you can do. Just have the game going on mute, and then listen to us. That'd be the way to do it.
Solo Mio, keep watching out there, because there's a lot of people that were advertising that they were doing giveaways for the virtual ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So keep watching, because I saw a whole bunch of people out there saying, hey, we've got this contest, blah, 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 virtual ticket. So hopefully that'll work out for you.
I hope so, too. And karaoke would be a lot of fun. I always think about doing it every year, but we never get a chance to go do it.
Yeah, everybody gets busy, and then it's like, just don't do it. You don't go. All right, let me do a ready check for the chat room. Y'all been prepared and prepped for the show?
You guys ready?
If you happen to have a lot of WoW goat, oh yeah, that's true.
True. That's a good idea, Draven. I can dig that.
Faced. Mm-hmm. Flasking up. Yeah, you're feasting, flasking, getting ready for a pull.
Get your augment ruins going.
Yeah. You ready for a pull, Marconin?
Ready.
Get the yawns out of the way.
Yep.
Get the stretching in and just kind of move the body around a little bit.
There we go. Moving.
Get the body warmed up, getting ready to roll. All right. We're doing this thing in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 288 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, October 4th of 2018. It's 8:07 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Yeah, it's still daylight time, even though it gets dark at like 7 o'clock now. My name is Jules, and I'm all bundled up in my nice little warm Twitch hoodie because it's 45 degrees in Minnesota at the 4th of October, and that sucks. And somewhere where he is still using a fan in his room because it's still too hot, it's Marconin.
It's still 80 degrees outside.
Oh my god.
Like 85% humidity.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
We are in that time of year where Marconin is wishing that we could send some of the cool air to his direction, and I am clinging to the possibilities of it getting warmer above like 55 degrees again. It would be fabulous. I don't like this weather. It's a little bit weird to see like my heat on. The other like this past weekend I had to turn the heat on because it went down in my house until like 65 degrees, and I'm like, I can't deal. I'm too cold.
Oh, 65 sounds perfect. Oh.
In the house. Oh, burr.
Yeah.
I mean, burr, your feet are getting cold. So.
I'm one of those weird people that wears socks and shoes like throughout the house until it's time to go to bed. Like I don't really walk around barefoot in the house. Some people as soon as they get home from work, it's pants off, dance off, but
shoes off, socks off. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just kind of like, I just still walk around in the same clothes. Like I just, I don't really, unwind really, or like, because I may have to like go somewhere or do something. So hey, you need to go run this errand, or you need to go to the store. Like at 9 o'clock last night, I went out to go get ice cream for the missus. So you never know when I might have to just up and out. So I'm always ready to go, suited up. Seems funny because sometimes my wife will be like, where are you going? Nowhere, just putting shoes on,
just doing the thing.
Always prepared.
Just in case for ice cream is basically you're prepared for ice cream or any other food related need.
Yeah, like might have to just like bounce out of the house and run to Walmart or something for something. So you never know. So always be prepared. So that's what I do.
Now, since I work from home, I live in my yoga pants and my t-shirts, and if it's cold, it's a sweatshirt or it's a hoodie, and I call my jeans my outside pants. I ain't kidding. Because sometimes, especially during winter, I will not put on my outside pants for days on end because I ain't going outside. So, So I mean, my wardrobe is quite the eclectic mix of sweatpants, yoga pants, and all that kind of stuff. And so, like tomorrow night, I have a dinner with some folks that I've been from the Heroes Hearth organization because they all happen to live here. So
Crazy.
we're all going out to dinner tomorrow night, and I'm like, I need to look a little bit more presentable than when I normally go to work. My outside pants.
Yeah.
So speaking of outside pants, like what's going on? What's been going on with your outside world?
Well, I took pretty much since the last show last Tuesday, I was off work the entire time except for I went in Saturday and then I went back to work today. So I was on an extended vacation to use up the rest of my paid time off before it resets next week. Mm-hmm. So always have enough time for BlizzCon, so never have to worry about that. But it was use it or lose it. I needed some time away. I needed some time off. So I went and did the thing. I went to Dallas. I saw a lot of friends, saw a lot of fellow Moo Crew members, and had a real good time. I went to the 6th floor museum, which is in the Texas Children's Books Depository. It's the one infamous where a man allegedly shot at the president, JFK, and that museum was pretty haunting. Was pretty. It was very impactful.
Yeah.
To see they've got it walled off at that corner of that floor where the window was, where he allegedly shot with that rifle. And it's reproduced exactly the way that they found it with all the boxes. He'd made a little nest to not be seen by. And I got to stand like 6 feet away from it and look out the same sets of windows.
Ooh, that's
and
creepy.
It was, it was very, like, I felt very heavy and weighted down, and just felt this big, like there was like history happened here. I mean, history happens everywhere, everywhere history happens because everything has a history. But in these big moments, it's like when I went to where the World Trade Center was in 2003.
Yes.
I went, and they were still digging stuff out of the ground in 2003. And then I went after it had gotten finished a few years ago. But the impact of walking out onto the New York City streets and seeing this giant hole in the sky, where they, I've always wanted to see those towers in person, but never got to.
Yeah.
Just to see those big moments in history, it weighs on you, and it is very, very moving. And I was getting choked up thinking about it. Of course, they have an audio tour that when you go, you walk around with a little iPhone on a lanyard and some headphones. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And wasn't that expensive to go in. So I recommend going in there. Was there for about an hour and a half. It was really neat. They had tons of artifacts. Like they had the actual Zapruder camera from the famous Zapruder film, which is like the number one. If you see the footage from the assassination, that's usually the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
And they have all of the actual cameras there. The guy that wore like that light colored suit when Oswald gets shot by Jack Ruby, he's like handcuffed to Oswald. He like stands back
I
His
remember that
whole
picture.
suit is there in a mannequin in the same pose, right next to the photo of it.
Wow.
And it is, and like you get to see the because he was on his way to go have dinner at this big gala, or a lunch at this big gala with a bunch of, the high society of Dallas. They have the place set from that luncheon where he would have eaten, the same plates, forks, knives, spoons, all
Wow.
in a glass case where he would have eaten had he not been shot. All those little things, little tokens of history and stuff, it just was very impactful. And no matter what your politics are, killing one of our leaders, it's oh man, it's heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of emotions for an hour and a half tour, and I kind of skimmed on some of it
Yeah.
because I had to go see some friends, but definitely recommend seeing it and going by there. It's not too expensive. Get there early, but it was good. It was really cool. And I spent a few days with friends, and came back, and I had to spend a couple of days helping my grandparents this week.
Mm-hmm.
They sold one of their businesses. It's a mini storage. And so I spent 2 days cleaning out all of my family stuff.
Wow.
And, I'm a collector. Well, imagine me at 10 years old with my Power Ranger collection, with the boxes, with all the accessories, all that stuff, all boxed away and hidden away for 20 years. All that's back there, totes of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Some of the stuff for my great grandparents was back there too. And so we had to get it all cleared out and move it off of the business because they're selling it. And so for like 10 hours a day for 2 days, I was neck deep in spiders and cobwebs and gross, and just some mold back there because, it gets wet way at the back of that storage unit. And it was something else. It was really cool getting to see all my old toys and kind of go through them. Culled a lot of stuff. I went through all my college stuff because when I moved away from college, I just packed up my entire apartment and put it in the storage unit because I thought I was going to have my own house soon, or own place, and I'd be able to move it all down there. Hadn't happened yet. So most of my college life was there. So I kind of sifted through it, threw away stuff I didn't need. So I was good. I didn't hold on to everything. I'm not quite a pack rat, but I kept the stuff that meant something to me. So that was pretty cool. And that's really the biggest things from the last week. Had a long week, a lot of driving, a lot of travel, but a lot of good times with old friends and newer old friends. So it was good. It was a nice few days away, and to kind of reset and get primed for BlizzCon in a month and the impending Christmas season of work. So it was good. Yikes. It was good times. Good time.
Yeah, you kind of had like a history immersion because you went through like a historical, going through a museum and seeing history there, and then going through your own history.
Yeah, it was crazy. I found all my old Jurassic Park toys, all my old Power Ranger stuff. Gosh, old Pee Wee Herman doll, like the pull string talking Pee Wee Herman. I still have him. He's worth some money nowadays, but I've got him sequestered away. And seeing artifacts from my great grandfather, like his clothes were still in there from after he'd passed away. We'd saved some of that stuff, and
wow,
it was something else. But I got to spend a few days with my grandparents and got to talk to my grandmother all day. And she, for a mid-80s granny or great grandmother now, she could move around, and she stayed with me. But of course, I didn't dare let her lift anything heavy.
Yeah.
Just in case, but
yeah.
But it was good. I love getting a chance to spend time with my grandparents, and it's something that I want to do as much as possible while I still have them. So awesome. It was great. She cooked me breakfast one of those days, and we ordered pizza for dinner, and just kind of sat around in the kitchen and the living room and just talked. So
that's great.
It was really, really good. But yeah, that was kind of my reminiscing week, both national history and personal history. So
nice.
That was kind of how it went down. But how was your week?
It was good. It got really busy all of a sudden. So we did the show on Tuesday, and then I did my normal preparation of Heroes News and published it Thursday. And then I get a call and a message from the team, the Heroes Hearth esports management team, and they said, so we know who our 5th player is going to be, and we're just waiting for Blizzard to announce it, but would you like to do a podcast interview with him and we'll make it part of our official announcement.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so
The
I
answer
was
is
like,
yes.
yes, please. Like, thank you. So, so we didn't know when Blizzard was going to allow them to make their announcement. So I scrambled on Friday to get in touch with the player, set up a time that we could talk, record him, edit the show, and have it ready by like the afternoon in case they just said, let's go. And so it turned out that they didn't get back to the team until Monday. So I had scrambled and done all this stuff, and then the show didn't actually publish until Monday evening. Monday evening, which was fine. But it was a cool experience to be able to be asked to do that. And so, yeah, now I'm starting to get some folks who are actually like sending me DMs and saying, hey, if you need someone to interview, I'm there. It's like, oh, thanks. That's cool. So yeah. I did an interview with Trixler, who is one of the casters for the EU HGC. He's my next one that's going to be published. It was an awesome interview. If you know Trixler, he's great.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun talking. And so that's going to be coming up next week. And now I'm just excited of, what's coming down for BlizzCon and all the plans that have started to come together for everybody's stuff and who's doing this meetup and when and where and like, how can we make this work? And the other thing that I did today, which I really needed to do because it's been on my list forever and I haven't done it, is get my passport renewed because my friend Jocelyn is getting married in February.
That's right.
And I got it. I need a passport that isn't expired because it's going to expire in December. And man, it's really okay. So first of all, apparently you cannot wear glasses in a passport photo any longer. So they make me take off my glasses when they take my passport picture today. And I'm like, the picture doesn't even look like me. I don't know what I look like without my glasses anymore. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I have to mail off all of this important paperwork, like my birth certificate and my marriage certificate and divorce certificate. And I'm like, so that you need the originals of these? Like, I forgot that you had to do this and that they'll send it back, but like I'm going to be without those really important original documents for 6 weeks plus.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So
I need to get my passport. So that's good. That's good news for me.
Yeah, no.
To get all that stuff together.
And they do tell you it takes around 6 weeks unless you want to expedite it, then you pay more. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, I really need to do this because like the last time I got my passport, it was a last name that I do not have anymore. So I needed to get it changed to something that actually matches my ID. So, yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on for me this week. It's just been busy. Lots of stuff, cold weather and grumpiness, and because I'm not ready for this yet. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm ready to get into the show. How about you?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
Okay, we have a think tank question, and so I get to play the think tank bumper. This one.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
It's think tank time.
Woo!
Before I read the letter, this is the last one we've got, guys. So send in more letters or we're going to have to come up with topics. And you know what happens when we do that? Well, they're okay, but yours are better. Questions at torrentthinktank.com. Email your questions to us, please.
Please. Please.
Okay. This is a letter from an anonymous male. So we will call him Torrance, as we normally do. That's our anonymous male writer name, generic one. I'm a very introverted guy. Most of the people I interact with are online, with a few good real-life friends who are still local, having responsibilities that take up most of their time. I don't know many people outside of work, and I've never really been comfortable meeting new people. If I do end up in a new group, it usually takes meeting a few times for me to get really comfortable. And that's after a lot of anxiety after going out in the first place. I'm at a point in my life where I've wanted to look for a partner for a while now, but all the traditional wisdom about how to meet women, especially ones that share your interests, is completely unhelpful for someone that trips over their tongue at the best of times or involves a setting that I would prefer to avoid, like parties, bars, etc. Of all the things I've done regularly in the past, like going out to play Magic or the like on weekends, the places I've been have almost all been guys. As far as online interactions, it's much easier to meet people and to make friends, but even ignoring the fact that I don't think I've ever met someone who wasn't already in a relationship in my gaming circles, all you ever hear discussed regarding women online is how they are often treated poorly, get creepy messages, or are looked down on. I don't want to be that kind of person. I've considered online dating, but thinking about that is just as stressful as just showing up somewhere IRL, and I've put off getting started for a while now. I may eventually cave and try it. What's a guy to do? What is a guy to do? Indeed.
Well, as the resident guy on the show, it's one of the toughest things a guy can do, especially someone being introverted. And, as extroverted as I seem on the show and, in other places, it affects me as well. It used to affect me really bad, like high school, junior high, all that stuff. I was so nervous. Other than the few friends that I got in my geeky circles, I would not go talk to girls that wasn't like in band with, because I already knew them or anything like that. So it was really tough at first to kind of, in fact, I don't think I ever got over dating people in band, because I'm married to someone I met in band. So,
well, at least you said,
not...
no. You found a common interest of something.
Yeah.
And she had the same interest. I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, and that's how most people meet. I mean, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially, the bar scene is all well and good, but you're much more likely to find someone more compatible with you if you travel in the same circles together. Mm-hmm. And like, I know it can be tough with, all the statements that you said about, about single women online getting all these, they're treated poorly. They get all these really creep messages, and I've talked to female friends, and that they have had, they're like, well, I'm kind of lonely and I'd really like to go out and do something. And that they play Magic, but the last time they went, they had like half a dozen guys breathing really breathing heavily around them. And like she had a big target on her back, and it was just a creep fest. And that sucks, especially for guys like you, Torrance, who seem to not want to be one of those guys. There's a fine line between wanting to get to know somebody and, get in a relationship, and just being so desperate that you just like go full bore right away and just jump the cringe meter up to 11.
Because what you're talking about right there is a really good example of what happens normally when a guy going, say, to the Magic, using the Magic example, like going out and play Magic the Gathering. If you're going in there looking for a partner, if you're going in there saying, I want to find, oh my gosh, there's a girl here. The way the guys do it wrong is that they're falling all over themselves to like pay attention to her. Or
lady.
yeah, like I'm throwing down their coat in front of her and shit. Or trying to impress her or that kind of stuff. Or it's making her feel unwelcome and then she never wants to come back. And the number one thing about the number one thing that stands out for me for a situation like that, especially in a situation where you're meeting a woman in a situation in a realm that you're comfortable in, is to look at it as an opportunity to make a friend first. Yeah. And to make a connection with somebody first. Because the moment we women smell this out every single time. If you are showing desperation, we can tell.
And other guys can tell it too.
And the other guys can tell it too. And then it becomes like a macho fest.
Oh no. Don't do that, dude. Don't do that. Oh no, not the fedora. No. Or whatever the case may be. coming from someone who owns a fedora. But yeah, totally. The point is to find a friend first. I am a strong believer in, if you do end up with somebody, you want to be a really good friend of them first. That's how, I mean, and don't, and not necessarily go into it with that goal in mind. Like, I'm going to befriend her so then I can wed her. No, just try to be the friend first. Because that's, being genuine and actually talking to women as if they are a person, like I don't know, Jules, what do you think about, if a guy wants to get to know a woman, or or someone's wanting to talk to someone they're interested in, no matter who it is, just regarding them as a person and not trying to, I guess, try too hard, just speak as you would anybody else in that circle. So if it was the new guy, or a new, in Torrance's instance, if it's just another guy that was joining up in the Magic Knights or whatever, like, hey, how's it going? What kind of decks do you usually play? Oh yeah, red direct damage, awesome. I love talking shop with the female, with the woman in this hypothetical instance. Would that be the best way to go about it? Is just to chat, hey, welcome, what kind of games do you play? Just those kind of like conversation starters or icebreakers kind of thing, just to get to know somebody. Would that be the best way to go about it?
Absolutely. 100%. Because in that situation, you're treating me like a person. And this is my philosophy, because I have a lot of male friends. It's just part of my world. I have a ton of male friends. And the way that I always look at people is I treat them as people. The gender doesn't really come into play in terms of just like, yes, there's gender differences for sure. Like my guy friends sometimes have to listen to me vent and be a girl for a little bit. But then I have to listen to them bro out sometimes too. so it comes, yeah, I mean, I do. And we give each other crap about our gender specific types of traits. Right. And so, but at the same time, it's like, I treat you like a person. And so using the magic scenario again, you're sitting down and you actually start to talk to her as a person, asking her questions. It's like, I mean, it's the same kind of thing that you would do if you were going on a first date with someone. Get to know them as a person and not a piece of meat, or I want to screw her, or, it's about getting to know her as a person. Because number one, who in the world doesn't like to talk about themselves when they're asked? Like, I don't know very many people who are super afraid of that, especially in a situation where you're kind of uncomfortable and you don't know anybody, and someone asks you a question about you and you can answer it and you can talk about you, because who's better an expert than you? It breaks the ice. It makes you comfortable. I mean, yes, 100%. And so that in that scenario, it's most definitely a good thing. And when Draven said this in the chat room earlier, he said, as a guy that is a lot like the writer, at least in terms of introversion, how I deal with such situation is you have two options. One, do nothing. Nothing changes. You stay alone. Two, you stubborn your way through it.
Yeah. And as far as things like tripping over your tongue, that has no bearing on being an introvert or extrovert, because I trip over my tongue sometimes too in stuff like this, and I feel embarrassed, or I feel, I tell you, when and Jules and I talked about it a little bit before the show. My first year of BlizzCon, I went by myself. I didn't really know anybody, like hardly at all. Like I had just, like, I knew of, or I had a roommate that I kind of knew just from Twitter that I roomed with. And then I knew Jules because I was helping out on the show before that. And that was about it. So, like, nothing else. Like, I was a ball of anxiety, and I felt, there were times like I just wanted to go back to the hotel room and leave, because I felt so out of place. And so just like, I didn't know what to do or say. I mean, what do I do with my hands? Do I sit back? Do I keep quiet? I was a ball of just tensed up stress,
anxiety
and anxiety. Yeah. And it took a couple of friends to pull me into situations like, I was pulled to meet Coltrane the first year. That was like, You know, it's like meeting the meeting your favorite celebrities almost back then was meeting, like getting to see Jules and meet Pat Crane and Coltrane and all the devs and all that. Now it's very casual because I've done it before and you've practiced it. You know, you've kind of worked into this and gotten, you know, and you know, there's different levels of anxiety for different people. Some people it's a lot more debilitating than it was for me. Mine was I just needed a kick in the right direction and to try and, like Draven said, stubbing your way through it. Just like just go through it and grit your teeth and try and get through it. If you get tongue tied, so what? That's fine. You know, don't let that be a barrier to you. Let that be a doorway. Let that be something that you can pass through but not get stopped by.
Yeah.
Especially when doing it more often, you know, it's like anything else. You get used to the give and the take of conversations, being able to interject in the middle of conversations. I was horrible about just kind of sitting, like I felt so uncomfortable that first year. I remember sitting down at the Hilton bar, and it was you, Jules, and Spencer, and a whole group of people, and I just felt so awkward, just kind of sitting there. And I was like, man, I feel like I don't need to be here because I'm not talking, and they're all having fun and know each other, and I feel so awkward. Maybe I should leave. I should probably leave, you know. And it was very, very nervous, and I was very nervous. But you stick with it, and you just kind of try to read the room a little bit, try to see where you can talk and interject something. You know, you don't have to go, you know, Mr. Suave Man, conversation person 100% right away. Like, just dip your toe in every once in a while. Be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? Like the thing before, ask questions, you know, of people. Like, ask people questions about themselves. That gets them talking. And then that makes it easier for you to like interject a little bit, or like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie too. I like that. Who was your favorite actor in it? Or, you know, like, oh yeah, I remember playing Magic on that set. What was your favorite card? You know, or, you know, something, anything.
Yeah.
I know, you know, and I know you said the Magic things are mostly guys, which has been the thing. I mean, even in my experience, I went to tournaments in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, everywhere. 98% guys. Totally understand, you know, it's a sausage party. Totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things that you can do, especially with gaming. And I mean, man, it is hit or miss. You can't just go out with the goal of getting a woman. That can't really be it's not a good way to go, is to start with that being your goal, especially for someone that may have these kind of introverted, you know, personality. You know, it's got to be part of it.
Well, it has to be. It has to be an intention, but
yeah, it has to be an intention.
But that you're not like,
intention.
I am going to bring home a girl today. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, an introvert doesn't. They can't do that. Like, they literally cannot. You know, go out there and say, I'm gonna hook some woman and bring her. Like, that does not work. Yeah. It doesn't happen that way.
Need my caveman club just drag her in by her hair.
But the thing that I have learned, so speaking of from the female perspective,
mm-hmm.
a guy that's going to catch my attention is someone who makes themselves interesting for me to listen to. Yeah. And now that I know that may sound very overwhelming, but I guarantee you that there is somebody out there in this world where you live that has the same or similar interests as you. But you will not catch any fish if you never go fishing.
Yep.
That's just how it works. And so I can also talk to you about the online dating scene, because I have tried this a couple of times. And I will 100% full disclosure admit that what I do is I get in there, I get freaked out, and I turn my accounts off. Because right now, personally, I've been burnt too badly to trust to be able to date right now. It's just my own thing. But I can tell you from the way it works is that if you're looking out there to try to find a girl, sadly, unfortunately, the way the world works is that the men have to be the initiators. Mm-hmm. You have to make the first moves. You have to be the guy. You have to be the one that steps forward, especially for women, because what happens on online dating is that the women basically are like bombarded.
Yeah.
By guys.
It's like the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Like mine. And they all start looking and coming over.
I've shared this with some friends of like some of the stuff that I have received on online dating messages, and it is atrocious what kind of men there are out there. It's atrocious.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing that will work for me, especially because I am a very big introvert as well. And so if you see if you decide to go onto the online dating scene, and you can pick whatever service you want, when you make the first message to the girl, you need to pick out something specific in her profile that appealed to you and that you want to know more about. So if she mentions in her profile, like, she really loves Babylon 5, and you happen to be a big fan of Babylon 5. So now you ask her, I saw you like Babylon 5. I do too. Who's your favorite character?
Yeah. Favorite episode,
whatever it is. Call something out and ask her to respond. And that will allow you to start conversation. Pick out something specific that she says in her profile. And don't just go after any girl that you want. Like, this is what happens a lot of times. It's like guys will literally hit like 55, 60 profiles at once just to see who writes them back.
Yeah. And it'll be like, hey girl, hey.
Or hi.
Or something. Hi. Yeah. You don't want, and I imagine, Jules, right, for you, that's probably what you got a majority of, was just short, blurbs like that, like not very specific. Or I get
hi, or I get hi beautiful, or hi sexy, or I mean, one guy told me I had an impressive chest. That was great. I am not kidding. I have a screenshot of this. He told me I had an impressive chest.
Hello, you are very impressive in the chestal area.
I mean, I almost wanted to like his profile back and say, WTF, dude. Like, that is not okay. Come on. Or I just hashtag this is why you're single. Or like, oh my God. But I digress. The ones that I have, when I have matched with someone who sent me a message first, it's always been someone who took the moment to like actually read what I wrote in my profile, found something that we had in common, and asked me about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the formula sounds really simple. It's super hard. The other part of it too is that you have to be okay and understand that you're probably going to get rejected. Probably a lot.
One of my coworkers, he is, he's around my age. He's single. He hasn't been in a serious relationship for a while. And he, it's the only experience I've ever had with Tinder is watching him do all the swiping and stuff. But he goes on like Plenty of Fish, all that kind of stuff. And he'll show me some of the conversations that he has with women, and he does that same thing that you said, Jules. Where he will find something in her profile he's interested in, and he will ask her a question about it, or he'll quote something from it and like, hey, I saw you like this, and he'll do that, and that'll usually do pretty well in starting the conversation.
Right.
But more times than not, it doesn't really lead anywhere, or they just disappear. So even getting your foot in the door with a conversation like that is not a guarantee that it will lead to anything else. So rejection is the name of the game. You will strike out a lot more times than you will get a home run.
Yeah.
So that's something to be prepared for as well. Don't take it as a sign of defeat. Take it as a sign of learning, changing, just switching to another, another person. I mean, if they didn't really care to talk to you, well, why is that worth your time to care about?
Yeah.
They've certainly moved on. You should as well. And don't take it as this huge insult to your integrity or your personality or who you are. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just wasn't the right fit, and that's okay.
Yeah. It's easier said than done for sure. I mean, I wound up matching with a guy back in the spring, and we had great conversations. We had so much in common. We wound up going out and meeting up for a date, and we had a great conversation. It was a ton of fun. He gave me a hug at the end and said, I want to ask you out again. And I said, great. And then he was gone. Never, just gone. And that happens. And you're just like, and it's very different than just the way that it used to be, like where because online you can it's called ghosting. You can literally just become a ghost and go away, and that's how it happens. And but the thing about it, so I found this Reddit post while I was kind of just browsing through Reddit. I gave it to Marcona so you could see it too, and it's asking men or people who never thought they would find a partner and found somebody, what they've learned, because these people really just never thought that they would find anybody. And I read through this thing and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And one guy said, it only takes one. It only takes one. You're looking for one, but you're going to probably go through you're going to flip through the catalog a lot of times.
Yeah.
But it only takes one to get to that point. And you'll know it when you see it. But it's so challenging and scary and overwhelming. Muscling through it is really the only advice I can give you if that's what you want. You're going to have to overcome some of your tendencies. Because like a girl's not going to magically show up at your doorstep and say, hi, let's date. Like it doesn't happen. Unless you find I don't know. Unless you find like a genie and inside the lamp and wish for that. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm pretty confident in my assertion that that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and according to Disney, you can't wish for love. That was one of the ones you couldn't. You can't wish somebody to be in love with you. So
Right.
Even worst case against you, Taurus, you can't even wish someone to come be like that.
Yeah.
But as much as you have this idea of somebody you might want to be with, you got to remember that they have to be in a place where they like you too. So in some ways you kind of have to think of, how do you market yourself as well? How do you present yourself to be attractive to a potential person? And, confidence is a big one, because if you're constantly tripping over your words and you're just kind of shy and sheepish, some women may go for that. Probably most of them won't, because we still have those archetypes where the men should be the initiators in the relationship. They should have the that kind of that mentality of being the one to woo the woman, or not impress the woman, but go after the woman and and initiate the relationship and really go after it. But you have to be someone that someone's willing to be gotten by.
Yeah.
So and that of course, interest is like, I'm not saying go work out at the gym, become a bodybuilder, and all these other things to impress a certain kind of woman. There's a type of woman out there for you as well. You just got to kind of figure out who that person is and keep trying.
And you have to love yourself. You have to be confident in yourself enough to be like, if she doesn't like me, someone else will.
Yep.
And
that's
I know
the name of the game.
Yeah, and so introverts are more apt to be very self-conscious, have a bad self-image. So what kinds of things could you do to make that self-image improve? If you don't like certain things about yourself, what could you do to make yourself feel better, more confident, more assured of yourself? Because I will tell you, for me, and I think a lot of women will say this in their partner, is that they're looking for someone who's comfortable in their own skin. I'm not going to be attracted to a guy who is looking like he wants to bolt out of that room as soon as he gets the first opportunity. Yeah. I'm going to be attracted to the guy who is having a good time, feels like he's in his element, not too overconfident, but confident enough.
Confident but not cocky.
Yeah, and that's what's most attractive to me and most women. There's a reason why there's the stereotype that say women like the bad boy. Well, the bad boy may have his big old laundry list and baggage claim of stuff, but the bad boy exudes overconfidence, sometimes probably to cover up insecurities, but that's what women are kind of drawn to, because it's like, ooh, that seems really mysterious and interesting, and I want to know more. And yeah.
Look at him.
But for me, the attractiveness quotient goes way up when the guy is comfortable in his own skin and confident.
Yeah. Well, and Draven he's got a kind of cool bit of personal advice. He said, go out to a bar or something. He's like, yeah, I know, but stay with me here. Once you're there, just talk to people. Buy them a drink or something. But here's the most important thing. You are not there to find anyone. You are there simply to talk to people. You just, don't expect a lot of things. Just go talk. And this is kind of where you're starting to ease yourself out of the awkwardness of starting conversations with people, as you have to practice. Going to a bar, that's kind of like jumping in the deep end first. So your mileage may vary, but I think that's an okay bit of advice to at least try it. You're not going out there with, don't go out there with the idea of you're bringing someone home or you're going to marry the person you meet there tonight. Just try to dust off your conversation skills just to kind of build it up. I think that'd be an okay thing to at least try. That's and Draven says the bar is an example. So you can go to other places and try it, try that out,
I know who the writer is.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives in a large city, so there's lots going on in
where
he
you go.
lives. And there's lots going on. I could think of plenty of things, where you could meetup.com, finding a group of something else that, a movie watch night, a Pokemon Go get together, community day stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are probably available to your interests and what you like to do. And it is literally just putting yourself in that uncomfortable position of saying, I'm going to go out and I'm going to socialize with people. And I have a lot of, I will have to screw up the courage sometimes to go do that. And it's hard. And, you just sometimes want to retreat back to your comfy cave and don't want to venture out and jump into the deep end of that. But you have a choice. It can be staying in your comfort zone and never going out and never talking to people. Therefore, you will never meet people. That's me right now. but I'm not motivated higher enough to go out there and try to meet new people at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If you are motivated enough, you will do it. It's just a matter of, finding the motivation level that's going to push you out the door.
Yeah. And it's very, for a lot of people, including myself, like I didn't know walking into the band room that day that when I looked over and saw my wife, that she would one day be my wife. I didn't expect it. Wasn't really trying, was just going in there to spend an evening with other students and friends and just going to go do something,
mm-hmm.
having, exploring my own interests and just doing stuff with my interests. A lot of times would just lead you to meet those people that you'll find, that you have a lot more in common, you spend time with, and then eventually feelings may crop up. So, it's kind of goes back to the bar thing where you're not going out there with any expectations. You're just going out to kind of meet people and explore your own interests in other ways, and things may just kind of happen. So, I know it can suck at the beginning because you feel really awkward and not wanting to talk to people, but it's a slow process. It's something that can be overcome with time, practice, patience. And I believe in you. I think you can do it.
Anybody can do it. Anybody can. Truly, anybody can. It's where there's a will, there's a way. And it just comes down to, what are you willing to do? The online dating thing, it's there. It's an option. Yeah. My experience with it has been nothing but annoying, but people find partners through online dating all the time.
Yeah, we've got friends that are still together that met, on a WoW dating site. So
right.
There's that.
Exactly. And so there's that consideration that needs to be put out there is, what kinds of things do you feel more comfortable doing? And like I told you at the top of this segment, I will open up I have accounts on a couple different dating sites, and I just deactivate them after a short amount of time and just go, nope, I can't do this. but I try. And that's part of the deal. Sometimes you have to determine if this is time for you to do it or it's not. Like right now, all my accounts have been closed for months because I'm just like, nope. I am not ready for this. And that's okay. That is okay. Now, who's to say that I may bump into somebody down the road that I literally just, talk to and it turns out to be something in the future? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I tend to think at this point in my life, at 44 years old, that it gets a little difficult to meet people that are, what I'm looking for, what I would look for. And so there's a lot of times where I'll literally in my head just say, I might be single for the rest of my life. That might happen. And, people will tell me all the time, it'll never happen. You'll find somebody. And I'm like, oh my God, please stop. Usually it's Jocelyn and Nevermore going, no way. And so, yeah, but you have to try. And that's, if you want something, you have to try for it. It literally is that simple.
Yeah. I mean, nothing ever changes if you don't change nothing. You just stick where you're at, you're going to stay there.
Yeah.
But if you want to work on it, if you just try to, experiment with different things, go, there might be other events. And like you said, Jules, it's a large city. So Meetup, is it meetup.com or meetups.com?
Meetup.com.
Yeah. So there, you could go and look for things that you're interested in. Heck, I've gone to like astronomy nights and stuff where there's a big old telescope and there's just people there to look through the telescope and hang out. There's tons of things that you can do with your interests and go find, there's tons of people where you live. The one may be there. You just got to put get out of your comfort zone and try to slowly expand your prowess at talking to people. It does come with practice because, I can talk to a brick wall now, but used to, I couldn't do that. And it just took a lot of practice. It took me being on stage in band in front of hundreds of people.
And probably really uncomfortable for a while.
Really uncomfortable. And especially like with jazz and I'm doing improvisation, like I am creating music on the spot that has never been heard before and will never be heard from again or made exactly the same way again in front of hundreds of people. And a wrong note could sound awful to me and it would just destroy my confidence in it. Yeah. And that happened more times than it didn't happen because I would just kind of but it just slowly started to make it more comfortable, more easier to talk to people. And, like they're also saying in the chat room, take public speaking class.
I was literally, Trelane kind of took that from my brain because I was going to say, depending on where you work or where you, Toastmasters, like joining up with Toastmasters. And
what is that?
Toastmasters is a public speaking group. It's challenging. It teaches you how to deliver a speech and to do it in front of other people. And
that's cool.
It's very cool. And a lot of times, like larger workplaces will have Toastmaster groups that will be as part of that. That's a great suggestion, Trelane. Thank you. But yeah, Toastmasters is a great, that'll basically take you out of your comfort zone and shove you in the street. But you learn how to communicate and to present yourself and to be able to stand up in front of people and deliver a powerful speech that's compelling and interesting to listen to. The scary thing Marcona and I, years ago when we started podcasting, just sitting down in front of a microphone was scary as hell.
Yeah. First time I even did an audio bit for the instance, it took me like 4 hours to get 5 sentences right because I was just so nervous and I was like, I don't like the way I sounded. And I was overanalyzing it and I wasn't confident. But and especially even, gosh, the first episode that I did on Triple T, I was nervous. I was shaking. Yeah. Because I knew I was talking to a lot of people.
Yeah. And now like it's time to go. You like yank your microphone over. Let's go. Like it doesn't. It's practice. It's time. It's a comfort level that just builds because we've done it a lot of times now. And that is literally what it is when you are trying to discuss with people or have conversations with people. You probably will fall on your face a few times having conversations with people and see, but there's things that you can do if you can maybe even take a body language class, because I've always been really good at reading body language just naturally. But one of the things that you'll notice is if I'm having a conversation with Mark Honan and he's talking to me and my body is, if I'm facing him like full on, my shoulders are pointed towards him, I'm interested and I am making eye contact with him, or I'm, but my shoulders will be positioned right towards him and I'm listening and I'm engaged and interested to what he has to say. All I have to do to show that I'm not interested, and I'm doing this on the video, is I'm angling my shoulders away from his video right now. So I can be looking at him. Look at the difference of me not being engaged in this conversation right now. But I bring my shoulders forward, and now I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now I'm connected to you.
Yeah, not crossing your arms is another one too. Trelane just said, if you cross your arms, that's a defensive position.
Yep.
You're kind of like holding yourself back and cutting yourself off. But
putting
with open arms, you're
Yep.
putting up a wall and you're kind of, it's like it's almost like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm just like, oh, it's whatever. But open arms, a nice open posture is seen as more confident.
And
even
leaning
if you don't
towards
feel it.
you. Yes.
Leaning towards people and just really, when you talk to someone, look at them. It's okay to avert your eyes occasionally, look around, be like, yeah, and it's very dynamic. But when you're talking to them, make sure you're looking towards them. And man, it's nervous the first few times, but like we've said a few times tonight, it's something that you need to practice to get over these kind of fears and build some confidence up and some practice to it. It'll be a lot more natural when you practice it.
Yeah. The other thing too with the body language part of it is that you will be able to tell if someone is not interested in what you're saying. You lost them. I will be at BlizzCon and I will see this all the time where I'm having a conversation with someone and they are literally scanning the crowd behind me to see who else they could talk to. So if I'm having that conversation with somebody and I see that they're not engaged with me, I'm probably going to cut it off pretty soon because I can tell they're not connected to me. But then if I've got someone there, it's usually a fan that does this. They are raptured on every word that I am saying. And so, like, I know that they are connected to me and they are listening to me. It's a good tool to notice when you're having conversations with people because it will help you to make your conversations shaped around, like, if you're losing the person, look at their eyes. Are their eyes drifting away? Is their body shifting away from you? Are they not looking at you? If they are not looking at you, they are not interested in what you are saying.
Yeah.
It just that's how it is. So, and so that's something to really pay attention to, especially as you're learning how to connect with people. So,
yeah.
There's a lot of good advice we gave tonight. I'm pretty proud of us.
I am too. And Torrance, I'm proud of you too, because even if you don't have the confidence right now to go out and, find yourself a woman, you have the confidence to ask for assistance and you have the confidence to write us, even if though it's anonymous, which is perfectly fine. You had the guts to write this up and you've got the guts to actually want to change that part and want to go out there and find somebody. You've already shown that you've got the initiative to get this working. You've started it. Now keep building upon it. So you've already proved to me that you can do it. So don't disappoint me. Keep going.
Yes, absolutely. I really hope that you continue to put yourself out there. Take the baby steps if you need to. If you need to start the online dating account and then just put it away for a little bit, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. I do that a lot just to get used to it.
Yeah.
And I think that there will be one of the things I would also say is give yourself credit for progress made, even if it's little.
Yeah.
Even if it's you go out for 30 minutes and go home. Hey, it's better than you not going out at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put yourself out there, man. The fisherman doesn't catch the big one on his first cast.
No.
It takes practice, it takes determination, it takes understanding and understanding yourself and how to improve yourself and be the person that you would want someone to fall in love with, which I'm sure you're awesome already, but it's just letting them know and showing them that. And don't start a conversation with "Hey, beautiful," or "Hey, sexy," or "Nice chest," please.
Impressive chest.
Impressive chest. Show title.
Oh God. I have the screenshot. I swear to you, I have it, and I can show it to you. It's quite amazing.
My goodness, woman, you have such an impressive chest.
Thank you for commenting on my boobs in the first information exchange. That's the best. That's always the best, guys. Do that all the time. Yeah.
They love it when you talk about their boobs first thing.
Oh my God.
Thanks for noticing.
Thank you for staring at my chest. Draven says, "Hey, Draven, nice chest."
That's the first thing I thought when I met him. I didn't say it, but I
and we're done with that topic, I guess.
I guess so. We're kind of getting derailed.
You can send us your letters, your feedback, your thoughts about the show at questions@taurenThinkTank.com. We're here for your advice letters. Please send them. And yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Best of luck to you, Torrance. Let us know how it goes. Let us know what you're doing, what you're learning, what you're improving on, and let us know when the wedding is too. So
yeah, right. That'd be great.
That'd be great.
So
best of luck to you, buddy.
We do have a /moo in the Discord, so I'm going to play the moo sounder. Nymeria941 dropped one in the Discord. Dropped a /moo in the Discord. Oh, damn. All right.
Wow.
Sorry.
Hey, welcome, folks.
Oh, let me start over. Okay. Nymeria941 says /moo to Josh, Val, and Jim from the Gamers Inn. Oh, it's Joss, Val, and Jim from the Gamers Inn, and Joss Plays Community for some amazing Don't Starve Together streams.
Nice. Is Don't Starve Together a game, I'm guessing?
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's a game on Steam. I've never played it, but there's Don't
okay.
Starve, and then there's Don't Starve Together.
Sweet.
Yes.
I have to check that one out. That was awesome.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Man, I'm blushing here after this one.
And poop jokes and
man.
This is a show right here, folks.
Well, I need to actually give Nymeria 941 back a /moo because she commissioned me to do her bridesmaids gifts for her upcoming wedding.
That's awesome.
So I designed a bracelet style for her. Her wedding theme is travel, and she loves hot air balloons, and so we created this design for her. So 9 bracelets I sent in the mail yesterday. And her wedding is in November, so
that's awesome.
yes. So congratulations, and thank you so much for the commission. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Yes. Okay. So before I do any more damage to this show and the things that we're going to say, anything going on with you in the next, cause I think that Marconin is a show.
You know, we have talked about lots of issues and topics over our 288 episodes, and it's very rare that we will reference body functions. The more colorful ones anyway, and the more not as accepting to massive swaths of society that are very stuck up about body functions. But I am glad that we have something here today that we can make comments about impressive chests.
Oh my God.
And dropping things
Wow.
on something that we normally call a show. So I would believe that would qualify as a show. So
well, okay then.
Yeah. So yeah, that is a show.
That's great. That's awesome. So
that's a fun one. All right.
Yeah, that's perfect. So what's going on for the next 7 days with you? Anything? Please take us out of this horrible, yeah, go ahead.
Mostly just work and That's about it, really.
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to raid with the raid team, but hopefully on Monday we'll get to raid again. I was helping my grandparents, of course, so I couldn't make it. But yeah, hopefully next week we can. I'm super excited because they announced a preview of all the cool loot that you can buy at BlizzCon. And of course, I saw the Season 5 pins, so my wallet is already weeping at what I will be buying in about a week from today. Oh my goodness. I will be buying pins and all the good stuff. I need to get a shadow box to put on the wall next to the other ones.
You have to buy a new one. Chat room, you guys are awful, and I love you, but you're awful. They keep going with it. They're going with it still, and I'm not looking at you anymore.
But yeah, hopefully a pretty low key week, just working WoW and doing the fun stuff. So yeah, what about you? What do you got going on this week?
Let's see. I'll be working on more show stuff. I have a new project that's kicking around. There's a massively very large green screen in the other room.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm working on a new project. Can't talk about it yet, but hopefully soon. It should be coming together. Something a little different. And no, I'm not live streaming. Well, I'm not doing like a regular Twitch stream. That's not it. So, but something else. So, yeah, so I purchased a green screen and getting lighting to try to figure out how to make it lit so it doesn't get all the fuzzy, weird stuff in the back of it. That is the joy of having a green screen. Mm-hmm. And trying to take it literally hits the fan in the room, so I have to make sure the fan is off in here because it's so large. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, good stuff. And just trying to quell my BlizzCon hype because I'm just so darn excited for BlizzCon. So
I am too. I cannot wait.
So excited. So I think with that, we will bring this show to a close like we always do, just like this. Tauren Think Tank is brought to you by you, supported by our fans. You can come to support us at patreon.com/Tauren Think Tank. And thank you to each and every one of you who supports us every month.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. And also portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and at freesound.org. You can also find us outside of the show on our website. And of course, you know where that is. It's at taurenThinkTank.com. And there you can find all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us too.
If you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, make some new friends, share some kitty pictures, and all that great stuff, you can join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Yep. And you can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. You can find us on Twitter for the show at Tauren Think Tank. You can also find Jules at Jules RPG, and you can find myself at Marconin Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being your shenanigan-filled selves, being with us every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. You can find us on the video stream at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. And we love seeing you here with us. However, you can join us.
Yes, we do.
Marconin.
Jules.
Thank you for making me laugh tonight.
It's always a pleasure and an honor.
It's an honor and a pleasure to say really innuendo type things.
We can't help it.
We can't help it. It's just the way it goes. So we'll be back next week with another show on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and we hope that you will be here with us. So yeah, we'll do that.
Send
for
us
myself.
Your letters.
Yeah, send us your letters, please. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room. Until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
Y'all are sassy tonight. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Sassy chat. Oh my gosh, let's see. Oh my goodness.
And the fan comes back on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put yourself out there, stating actually. Talk about their boobs first thing. Why is that a thing? I mean, really, he's a dude. He's got one on his huge ego.
Dropped one in the Discord. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. As soon as I said dropped one, and it's like, shit. I can't believe I just said that. And I'm sure everybody in the chat room went, what did she just say? And
I didn't catch it until you said dropped a slash moo, and there I was like, dropped. It's like poop.
Oh, God.
Dropped a hot one.
I did.
Hot slash moo.
She did.
Fresh.
Which one should we pick here?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, impressive chest is funny, but I don't know.
It's a funny innuendo.
Yeah.
Because let's just do it. What the hell? I need to put this in a place where you guys can see it. Hang on a second. Because I have the screenshot. It is literally a thing that I have. How do I do this?
Oh,
there
man.
it is.
Let's see if I can watch the video so I can seize it.
Let's see. Where can I put this? Let me see if I can log into an Imager account or something. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just put it in my Dropbox. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, the text that I saw from a friend of mine after she went to a Magic the Gathering night, this dude friended her or something and would just send her like wall of text over like, oh, I'd give you so much pleasure as you would not believe, you would not imagine. And he would go into detail like, holy crap, dude. No. No.
Let me find it so I can give you the link so you guys can actually see this for real. Share. Create a link. No. Do the thing that I want you to do. Copy link. That's it right there.
That's just...
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I mean, as alluring as it would be to compliment someone's looks, you will not stand out in a crowd, and you'll be considered a creep and trying too hard. You know, like, hi, my name is Andrew. How are you tonight? I saw that you like Lord of the Rings. Which book do you prefer, the books or the movies? I mean, that's a really easy.
Don't you have nice boobs? Like, yeah, okay, sure.
Reminds me of the Two Towers, the book. See, it was a reference wrapped in a boob joke, founded by an enigma, encased in a cringe factory. Looks like you're enjoying the Two Towers. I like Return of the King.
Now, here's the thing that you don't want to do when you're trying to impress a girl. I got a guy who sent me 9 paragraphs as an introductory message. 9 paragraphs. I was like,
thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, yeah, it was like, yeah, I got your whole bio and everything you like. And okay, that's way too much. Way too much. Don't do that. Well, and even you're a cutie. Like, I'm not responding to those things ever because I'm just like,
you're a cutie. Like, that does not sound good.
It's okay if they say to me, like, you have a nice smile or you have nice eyes or something like that. Yeah. That's nice and okay. But you're a cutie is like, bleh, you know, it's not.
Thanks for the generic compliment. It's very generic. It doesn't stand out.
Well, there's one that I have here. I guess I had a couple of these saved.
In the folder called cringe.
Hello, beautiful lady. How are you doing today? You seem to be damn pretty and mature lady, so I thought that I should talk to you and know more about you. And trust me, you look fabulous from outside, and I am damn sure you would be more beautiful inside. So looking to have some great conversation with you.
That sounds like a robot wrote it.
I know.
Kind of like somebody fed lines into one like those algorithm robots and spewed out.
And then there's this one. Hi, I'm Harry from India, Mumbai. I liked your beautiful pictures, and your eyes are so beautiful, cute, gorgeous, glamorous, marvelous, and fabulous.
And somebody enjoying the thesaurus.
It's like, come on.
Synonyms for pretty.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's something else.
So when are you moving to Mumbai?
Tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
As you can tell, I am not online dating any longer because that's just too much.
I don't think I could do it if I were suddenly thrust into the single world again. I don't think I could do online dating either. Like,
it's awful.
It's like wading through the sausage sea of just creep dudes and trying to convince a lady that you are not one of those creep dudes. That would intimidate me. Like,
yeah.
So
and that's
much.
why I gave the advice that I did, which is literally just talk to her like a person.
Yeah.
Like, talk to her like a person and want to know her interests. And I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, she may show, like, unless she looks at your picture and your profile and she's like, oh no. Because I had a couple of those guys who were just like, you know, super nice, very pleasant and polite, and gave, you know, and then I looked at their picture and their profile and I'm like, you're just not my type. Not at all.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because welcome to Minnesota, where 9 times out of 10 in a profile picture for a guy, they're holding a fish. I am not kidding. Like, there's a lot of freaking fish pictures.
There's a lot of lakes up there. What else you gonna do?
Not fish, because I'm not going fishing.
You can't walk a block without stepping in a lake up there.
It's like, oh, man. Online dating sucks. It sucks. And so, yeah. Is he also a prince? Oh man, I matched with a guy at one point where we matched, and we had like an exchange of like one pleasantry, and he asked me to meet him at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
If that doesn't scream hookup, I don't know what does.
Well, and it was just this weird, like, no, I'm not just gonna come out and meet you someplace random, dude, that I just literally met 5 minutes ago online. No.
Yeah.
No. So, ick. And some people want to do that. That's not me. So, oh yeah, there's people. Impressive chest with the Funko Pops.
You're welcome, Draven. Enjoy the collection, which is...
Enjoy it.
You know what? Tomorrow is when the New York Comic-Con exclusives come out for retailers. And my boss called me. I originally had a huge job to do tomorrow. Huge speaker systems install all morning.
Yeah.
And I got a call, and I was talking to my coworker who is another Funko collector, and he's off work tomorrow. And he's like, yay, I get to go get the exclusives. I was like, could you go to Target and get the Overwatch one I wanted and the Power Rangers? And then he was like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to ride a bike or something with my mom. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was kind of bummed. And then my boss called me, and he was like, hey, man, I heard you like collecting Funkos too. I totally collect them. Like, kind of making fun of me a little bit. Turns out that big job canceled. And so I have nothing to do tomorrow morning except meet with him at 11. So he's like, yeah, so I'll just block your whole day so that you don't get any jobs fall in tomorrow morning, and go get those Funko things you want.
Nice.
Sweet. So I'm going to be at Target at 8 in the morning to try and get that carbon fiber Genji and the Dino Ultrazord. And then I'm going to try, Walmart has a Kingdom Hearts one that I really want.
Oh, nice.
And who else? Gosh. Oh, GameStop. Glow in the dark Cold Heart Reinhardt. Yeah. That blue, it's that blue Reinhardt or the black armor with the blue like flaming head.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah. That comes out tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Gotta go get them.
So I'll be running by Target and then GameStop to try and get some Funkos tomorrow. So I will have an even bigger collection. Oh.
Well,
I'm not. I do it to myself, but
I know you're
I'm me.
You're you.
Yeah.
You're collector.
Hey,
Collector mindset.
we cleared out 2 dumpster bins full of stuff when we went through our mini storage.
Mhm.
You know, we got picky and we threw away stuff that we didn't miss and we weren't going to miss, stuff that gotten ruined. So we cut down a lot of stuff. So I'm not a pack rat really. Well, maybe a little bit, but I'm not a hoarder or anything like that. I just like my Funkos.
Okay.
Mounts and Funkos. Thank you, Solomio. Perfect.
Mounts and Funkos.
That will be on my tombstone. And also pepperoni and sausage. You know, the old commercials like, "What do you want on your tombstone?"
Oh, geez, I didn't even make the connection until you just said that.
Yeah,
I got you.
I
got
had
you.
pizza the night before last, so I was thinking about pizza.
I got you.
We're going to have a pizza.
Where's the pizza, Mr. Migraine Pizza?
But I was gonna bring like a pizza. We're gonna sit and have pizza.
There it is. I still have it on the soundboard.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna get some water because I am so thirsty. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Send in your letters.
Send in your letters. /Moo.
/Moo, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye.